Man, oh man, I'm feeling all sorts of scruffy today. My beard, my shirt, everything's just all over the place. But well, actually, talking about scruffy, what happened to AVCT? One of our lead gappers just boom fell off a cliff, and I think, well, we all know what happened. It was the fact that they had giant amount of warrants at 1150. So no surprise there. We were talking about it pre-market, so everyone knew to avoid that one, or at least be very, very careful with it out of the gate. So AVCT, probably won't be talking about it too much today, but we have some really nice swing potentials. I think with ADTX, we have, I mean, this one just, checks off a lot of boxes, but there's one big thing that really kind of made me a little bit worried about it. So we'll talk about everything I'm thinking about with ADTX. Is it a possible swing? Is it possible hold overnight? What am I going to be looking for? And then I want to be reviewing some of my other swing trades that I currently have made and I'm currently in, and then I'm currently planning. I don't know. So we'll talk about a little bit more today about possible swing trades, overnight holds, and all that fun stuff. So guys, without further ado, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. If you're totally new, remember we go live every morning at fake news. We go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to first review the watch list and then trade the market open. I would love to see you there. Definitely join the community. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and I will see you guys in the next live stream, which is going to be tomorrow. And then what's next? That's everything. Let's go to the charts now. What's up? What's up? Welcome back, traders. So what we're going to talk about. Okay, so first, quickly wrapping up here. So end of the day, we had 8 trades today. Kind of a small day, I got to say. And oops, I'm actually on the wrong thing right now. Let me go to the unlimited account. This was our day trading account. And all right, so we wrapped up the day, $128 profit. It was a kind of a slow day overall. I mean, we had some nice movers, but pre-market, we got a lot of selling off. So I want to talk about ADTX. Is this one going to be a potential swing trade? I got probably most of my eyes on ADTX for maybe a continuation. This is a recent, we're at all-time highs right now. This one might continue. So I want to talk mostly about ADTX. We had several trades on AVCT pre-market, but at one point, I basically just threw in the towel on this one. Luckily, we're walking away green. So we'll recap those trades, and then I want to talk about some swing trades as well. So that's why I have my swing trade account up already. So let's dive into it. Let's just start with AVCT, because this is actually one of the lead gappers right now. Let me scroll out on this one. AVCT, here we go. I was like, wait, that doesn't look right. So here we go. 4 million float. That's really nice. US shell company. Okay, well, that it is what it is. Announces buying Ribbons Candy Communications business. Okay, so it has a nice catalyst. Well, it has an okay catalyst. It's really hard to analyze one of those catalysts. I typically like, collaborations, partnerships with large companies, FDA approvals, something a little bit more understandable. Is this, buy really that great? It's really hard to say. And then I was looking at AVCT, their long-term chart, which is just, in my eyes, an absolute nightmare. I really don't like when companies are this sporadic. I mean, this is all over the place. We have huge gap downs, we have huge spike ups, we have pullbacks in terms of just not holding the highs. So I knew AVCT, I probably won't want to be trading this one out of the gates. Not to mention, we found giant floats on this one, or warrants on this one at 10:30 or 11:30. So we knew when this thing opened up roughly at 11:30 that this thing was going to be, one second. Wow, I literally have a phone call coming in. It says suspected spam. Look at that. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, let's go back here. AVCT, so this one, what I didn't really like about this one was the fact that pre-market, it had these really wicked pullbacks. So it had this one 20%, not really too bad. But then it had this one 30%, or like 27% or so. That was pretty strong pullback, but still not that much. What I really didn't like about it though, that really put the nail in the coffin for me, is that this one had warrants at 1150. So if you go through their 8K, which came out, I think today or yesterday, you can see that there are warrants with an exercise price at 1130. So those are new shares being thrown into the market to dilute the stock price and raise capital for the company, which, could be sometimes an okay thing for a company, but typically it's bad news for shareholders and all around, especially on small cap. So I was not really excited about that. And you could see right when this opened up, those warrants were probably executed and this thing fell off a cliff. I'm also pretty sure that warrants cannot be exercised in extended hours. I'm not totally sure about that. I was looking online to try to find some answers, but I do believe that warrants are not able to be exercised pre-market, after hours, or after hours. So let me know if you guys know more about that. Leave it in the comments below. I'd be generally curious to hear maybe if I'm wrong or not, or just, be corrected, because, I'm here learning just like you guys. So AVCT, pulled back here. I knew there was some decent support around 10.5 because this was a breakout zone. So I bought this one here. It was an okay move. Averaged down here a little bit, took a small profit on this one. Again, similar, small profit here, small profit here. The problem is a lot of these I didn't get full executions on, so I was trading with small size. Again, small profit. And then the one I finally got a full position size on, I took a small loss on this one. This was kind of annoying. And then it kind of, this is so horrible, honestly. And then it ran up, finally did the move I was waiting for. And this is literally, I threw in the towel on the last trade. So this is like as classic as it gets. But at all this, I didn't really want to chase anymore. We haven't had a lot of the best, breakout pullback setups. So the last few weeks, buying the dips for me has been tremendously profitable. And I'll actually talk about that a little bit more. In the last few days of trading in October, so today's Thursday, and I have the stats pulled up since Wednesday, so 3 trading days. We're almost at $1,000 profit. My average position size is about 2,500, and most of the profits actually came from Monday. Yesterday, we only made about like $60 or so. So yesterday was basically a scratch day for me, and then today is a little bit more. So today we're going to be over $1,000 profit now for the month, which is pretty nice. Total winners, nothing too crazy. Total losers, 41%. So not, the best ratios, but they're okay. Average win is more than my average losers. So that makes me pretty happy. It shows that, my risk reward is about 1 to 2, which is pretty solid risk reward. And that's a big reason for being profitable. So basically, as I see a trade not working out, I get out pretty much immediately. Largest winner, bigger than largest losers. And kind of interesting. I can go through and you can see a lot of my trades lately have been dip trades. A lot of my bigger winners are dip trades. And then a lot of my biggest winners, actually, I think even my largest winning trades were red to green. So red to green. We talk about this pattern a lot, especially on the streams. You can see here, we had a nice little 2%. I used huge position size. I feel pretty comfortable on these because they have pretty good risk reward. Typically where your risk is because it's right below some major support that you're buying the red to green move off of. So here you can see this was our biggest winner. Not the biggest position size, but okay, it was good reward. Here, another nice winner. So yeah, red to green has been a really, really nice pattern lately, and just kind of dip trades in general. So today, when I think I could exit out of this. So today, when I saw AVCT kind of pulling up again, or no, not AVCT, ADTX pulling up again later in the day, I was not really ready for this, to be honest. I was not ready for a move like this, and that was a big reason I did not trade any of this. But let's quickly wrap up here with AVCT. And so knowing that there was warrants on this thing, and knowing that, again, like we weren't having a lot of nice breakouts, I wasn't trading any of this, and I was really expecting this to flush at some point, and that's what happened. Basically, we opened up here and then had just a wicked flush to the downside, and I really don't think I'm going to be trading AVCT. ADTX, though, let's talk about this one because this one's looking really, really hot. And ADTX, I gotta say, I was a little bit expecting not so much out of this one, mainly because, it was pulling back 39% from pre-market highs. That was a lot of selling off. And usually when we see a stock selling off that much, it doesn't amount to much. So yeah, I was a little bit cautious, but ADTX, 2.5 million float, US biotech with a bunch of good coronavirus news, it seems like. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to, fully analyze the news. But, it seems pretty good. It looks like they have a completion of validation on studies from Stanford Blood Center. Coronavirus, it looks like for this, for either this, what's the word I'm looking for? The testing kits. And then an antibody test right here. Just a plethora of information coming out on this one. So we know we have some pretty decent news, and we know this was a recent IPA on this 30th of June. So this was not that long ago. And these, right now we're breaking into new all-time high territory. So this one really has that potential to keep on running, and I think ADTX is going to be a great ticker to talk about. Also for a possible swing. Also, what I really, really like about it. Now, this all, could be different by the time you're watching this. what we're talking about right now is what I want to be seeing, towards the end of the day, towards, getting towards power hour time. So that's really, really important thing to think about with ADTX. How well does it hold throughout the day? And actually, this looks like a possible really nice setup here. We had a nice breakout, quick pullback. This could be a continuation right here. Really, really like what I'm seeing with ADTX. Anyway, I often look for some sort of gun pattern when I look for an overnight hold. And basically what a gun pattern is you have the barrel, you have the finger, the trigger finger, and then you have the barrel. And the barrel should be, consolidating over VWAP, holding the highs really, really nicely, and maybe ending into some strength. So maybe the smoke coming out of the barrel, something like that, which could also be looked at as maybe a stair-stepper pattern. But overall, I really like to close with a strong end and just overall trending over VWAP. So right now, ADTX actually looks like it could be a really, really good candidate for that. So again, ADTX, I really, really think that this one might be a good continuation for tomorrow on Friday. Right now, they're pumping out news. So let's see what happens. I'm really, really interested about this one. And again, 2.5 million float. This thing has the potential to go absolutely AWOL and have that explosive potential that we were talking about. Again, probably the biggest red flag is just the big sell-off that we saw on this one. That kind of made me a little bit nervous. On the trades that I did with this one, it is what it is. I mean, I had like a nice little dip trade here. I got into this one a little bit too early, and then the pop to the back to the upside was okay. Made about 10 cents a share on this one. A nice like mini profit, but on this one, the second trade, I gave back maybe like a few cents or so, or a few dollars. I was looking for a break of the 9-minute EMA. We didn't get that break. Good thing I closed out for this one. I really thought, honestly, at this point, after we pulled below 7, I really thought that ADTX was going to be dead, but surprisingly, it held. Now, I did mess up on this one a little bit. We had a really nice dip here. I got my first fill at 607, and I wanted a second fill under 5. We dipped under 5, and then I fumbled around too long. I missed my fill. This thing ran up like 6-7%. This could have been a really, really solid winner. And then it had a double bottom here, cracked the double bottom a little bit, but then it ran up here like 28%, even got halted. So this could have been a second huge winner. So again, these would have been two red to green moves. This would have been more of a dip trade, but again, really, really solid setups here on ADTX. I'm upset that I missed this a little bit. I mean, this one I got, but I used small size. I should have been using 600 shares. That was my goal. And then this one I just totally missed. I would have risked maybe like 3-4%. I would have cut my losses as we were breaking maybe 5.5. But with the potential of breaking the 9-minute EMA, I mean, that's already 9% just getting to the 9-minute EMA. And then if we break that, I mean, that's 28% move. So the risk reward on ADTX was tremendous. So I should have jumped on this regardless. This break of 6.5, yeah, I don't really view this as me missing this one, to be honest. Like this could have went either way, and I just didn't really feel comfortable with this one at all. So these were the two trades that I wish I would have kind of got a little bit more aggressive, or the two setups. At this point with the ADTX, I got to say, it's looking good. And look, that was a perfect 9-minute EMA bounce, nice little pullback, and then continuation. So I don't know. This one's looking really, really good, ADTX. So as long as this thing doesn't, come out with like some sort of offering and fall off a cliff, I think ADTX is worth considering for a possible swing trade. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet, but definitely worth considering. Actually, talking about swing trades, let's quickly wrap it up here with talking about some swings we actually did. So let's actually go to my challenge account, which is in my swings, and we're having some really, really nice trades on this one right now. So we wrapped up space today, had a pretty nice little profit on this one. And let me just go back here, SPCE, and I'll go to the 4-hour chart. We had actually maybe even the 1-hour chart, because I want to talk about where I would like to maybe re-enter space. So we bought space here as we were pulling back at 19.4. We broke below 19.5. I knew this 19 zone was huge support, so I wanted to jump on this one yesterday. I actually had a leftover limit order for this one. And then pre-market, I knew that about $20 was big resistance, so I didn't really want to wait for too much of a break of 20. We got a quick break of 20, and I took my profits pre-market. If we just come here to active trader, you guys can see how this one kind of turned out right here. I quickly took my profits on this break pre-market around 7 a.m. This morning, Eastern Standard Time. So that was a pretty simple, quick trade. So yeah, pretty happy about how this one played out. It actually says that I made only $4 today, and that's really just weird calculations on TD Ameritrade's part, because technically I entered here, and technically we locked in all the profits yesterday, which I guess is true because we closed yesterday at like what, 20 bucks or so. So today was only like a little bit of a kind of a scalp setup. I don't know. It's really kind of a weird thought, but whatever. It is what it is. It even says that I lost money today on ADT, even though we're green on ADT, just because how it closed yesterday and how it opened today. It's a little bit weird. So ADT is another ticker we could talk about very quickly, and then we'll wrap it up. Actually, we'll wrap it up after AL. So ADT, I took a small starter size here, 30 shares, just to kind of, dip the toes a little bit. And then we had a huge sell-off here at 11.6, and I entered at 11.6. This was a actually not a pre-market, extended hour sell-off. And again, I'm looking for this one to have a little bit of a return here, closer to $13, maybe even $14. We know ADT has that big partnership now with Google, and I don't really see that this one, falls off a cliff. It might continue going down, maybe test the $10 area. But again, I'm looking for a quick kind of V-shape reversal here, maybe go back to the $13 or $14 zone. That's again what I'm going to be looking for. But if we start seeing some more weakness here, I might also just take some profits and lock in about $120 of gains roughly. Basically, this is my more or less gains. So I don't know, pretty okay move, but again, could keep selling off, and I'd probably rather lock in gains and then buy back. But I don't know, then I would miss out on a potential move. It's hard to say. I really should maybe just treat this more of a swing trade and average down if it pulls back. So I don't know. And then we have AAL. This one finally kind of amounting to something. We've been holding this one for a while. When it broke the $11 here, I was a little bit nervous, and I was saying I might sell the position, but instantly we popped back up, held the highs, a low sell volume on the crack. So these are all very bullish indicators. Now we're up already 22% from the low. Actually, if you look at this one on the 4-hour, it looks like a perfect pullback here at 12.5. That could have been a phenomenal entry. And I'm looking for this one to go back into the 16 to 18 zone to take some profits on it. So that's what I'm going to be looking for with AAL. I don't really want to be blindly holding airlines too long, but I think any day we could have a big green candle. I just would not be surprised at all. So I feel like there's pretty good risk reward on this one. And yeah, we've been talking about AAL several times. So right now, AAL, we have our average at 11.5. Not the craziest position size, probably around 10% or so, or 2,000 something, maybe even more, 2,500 actually at this point. So we're up maybe around 10% or so, with our average at 11.5. So pretty okay. Actually, this one's going pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with our swing trades. Unfortunately, we did have one swing trade that went wrong with KODK. This was just so ridiculous. I'm a little bit ashamed how I traded this one. So if we just go here to the 4-hour, this was so sporadic. I actually had a pretty decent entry, and then I averaged down here, and I was really sure that we were going to have at least a 9-minute EMA retest, or 9 EMA retest here, which we did. I could have closed this one out for like a 10% profit. The problem was, literally after I averaged down here, some SEC investigation potential news came out, and I was like, I don't want to hold a stock into an investigation, and I sold right into this kind of crash. And then luckily, I got out because it kept on selling off like another 10%. The problem is, into the market open, it ran up 27% and then pulled back again. So it's like, it was one of those kind of annoying setups, and now it's hit 17 again. So if I kind of just let this one ride out a little bit, I think I should have made money on it, but I don't know. You have to manage your risk, and if the SEC is investigating a company, then I don't know, sometimes it's better just to get out. So that's a little bit unfortunate with this one. I bought basically because we're approaching this daily 9 EMA support zone, and the sell volume with this was really selling off. So I felt fairly confident that most of the selling pressure was gone, but yeah, again, I kind of got skunked out on this one a little bit, shaken out at a bad point, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, guys, that's everything for now. So a little bit more swing trade talk today, and also reviewing the stats on the day trading. So yeah, everything is going pretty well. So let's hope, we maintain that kind of streak. We just have to be, relaxed, not rush into anything, and get aggressive when it counts, just like we saw today with ADTX. Get aggressive when it counts. When we saw that perfect bottom bounce setup, red to green move, that, I should have been jumping on that, just super aggressive. So I'm a little bit upset that I didn't do that, but otherwise I think we managed our risk pretty well today, and can't really complain because we are ending the day green, so that's always a good thing. All right guys, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning for the live stream, so don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, we go live every morning starting at 9:15 a.m. to review the watch list and then trade the market open. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So till then guys, like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Ciao.